The sun hung low on the horizon, casting long shadows over the cityscape. It started like any other day, with people going about their routines, unaware of the impending catastrophe. Then, the first reports came in. Strange, violent incidents that quickly escalated. Within hours, chaos reigned. Dr. Emily Rodriguez, a brilliant virologist, watched in horror from her lab window as the streets below turned into a nightmarish battleground. Panic gripped the city as the infected, their eyes vacant and movements bizarre, swarmed through the once thriving metropolis. Meanwhile, John Carter, a battle-hardened ex-soldier, navigated the chaos with a grim determination. He had seen war, but nothing prepared him for this. His training kicked in, instincts honed over years of combat guiding him through the mayhem. He had one goal: survival. By chance, or perhaps fate, the paths of Dr. Rodriguez and John converged in a narrow alley. They exchanged a fleeting, desperate glance, an unspoken understanding passing between them. With a nod, they joined forces, knowing that their chances of survival were greater together than apart. They moved with stealth and purpose, finding temporary refuge in abandoned buildings, evading the relentless pursuit of the infected. The once vibrant city was now a haunting labyrinth of danger and death. They needed a plan, a sanctuary, and most importantly, hope. As night fell, they took shelter in an old warehouse, its metal doors blocked off against the outside world. Inside, the air was heavy with tension and the scent of fear. Dr. Rodriguez and John sat in the dim light, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of a flickering lantern. "We can't stay here forever," Dr. Rodriguez said, her voice steady despite the fear in her eyes. John, his gaze fixed on the metal door, nodded grimly. "We need a plan. We need to find a way out of here, find answers." They knew that the outside world had become a nightmare, but neither could shake the feeling that they held the key to turning the tide. In that dark, desolate warehouse, in the middle of the chaos and uncertainty, a glimmer of determination ignited within them, a spark of hope that would lead them on a journey to change the course of humanity's fate. Inside the warehouse, Dr. Rodriguez and John huddled around a makeshift table, their faces illuminated by the flickering lantern. The air was thick with tension, but there was a determination in their eyes that defied the grim reality outside. "We have to do something," Dr. Rodriguez declared, her voice resolute. "This virus, it's unlike anything we've seen before. But there's a chance we can find a way to stop it." John, his military training still a reflex, scanned the room for any signs of danger. "You're right. We can't just hide here. We need to find answers, find a way to fight back." Together, they scoured the warehouse, gathering supplies and makeshift weapons. Dr. Rodriguez's scientific mind worked tirelessly, analyzing the data she had on hand. They knew they needed a plan, a purpose beyond mere survival. In a dusty corner, they stumbled upon a cache of old government files detailing a top-secret research project. The project focused on developing a cure for a similar, albeit less aggressive, strain of the virus. It was a glimmer of hope, a lead that could potentially save humanity. With newfound determination, they pored over the files, Dr. Rodriguez's eyes alight with the possibilities. She saw potential in the research, a foundation upon which they could build. John, his resolve unwavering, stood guard, ready to defend their newfound sanctuary. Days turned into nights as they worked tirelessly, Dr. Rodriguez's scientific expertise complemented by John's practical skills. Together, they pieced together a plan. They would venture deeper into the city, seeking out any remnants of the original research team, hoping to find clues that would lead them to a viable cure. Their journey was fraught with danger. They navigated through streets teeming with the infected, their senses honed to the slightest hint of movement or sound. Each step was deliberate, each decision calculated. As they pushed further into the city, they encountered pockets of survivors, each group struggling to hold on. Some welcomed them, grateful for a glimmer of hope in the darkness. Others viewed them with suspicion, the desperate nature of the times breeding distrust. But Dr. Rodriguez and John pressed on, driven by a shared purpose that transcended the chaos around them. They were no longer just trying to survive. They were fighting to reclaim humanity's future. In their hearts, they knew the road ahead would be treacherous, fraught with unknown dangers and unimaginable challenges. But they were armed with determination, knowledge, and a glimmer of hope that burned brighter with each step they took. Together, they would face the unknown, resolute in their mission to find a way to stop the relentless tide of the virus.